So, did you have fun in the sun, guys?
Fun in the sun?
Yeah.
When's this?
You usually hate the sun, to be fair, don't you?
Um,
It's been all weekend, hasn't it, the sun?
I
hate
don't.
the sun?
No.
When you were a player, you were...
Oh, no, I
you
hated it when I was a player, yeah. I didn't enjoy playing in the sun, but I'm on to a different stage of my career now, and I love the sun.
I was gonna say, every time I'm with them, we do love the sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
When
So
we're away
what-
on our golf trips, we are basking in the sun.
Yeah, glass of wine in the sun,
Yeah.
or a beer.
Any golf this
I make
weekend?
myself out to be just a drinker now.
No, it's not. You're not a drink. It's not. Well, we didn't mention drink. Why'd you bring drink up?
Because the sun's out.
Yeah, but it doesn't
So it's
matter.
fair if the sun's out.
When we're together in Marbella and we're playing golf, all we're interested in is good food and golf. We're not interested in drinking and stuff like that.
He's definitely interested in good food. I'll tell you that.
You know, you didn't get this big eating salad, mate. Let me tell you.
Definitely interested in good food.
So yeah,
So what'd you get up to then?
This weekend,
Yeah.
it was two of my kids' birthdays,
Oh, nice.
21 and 18. So big weekend in our house. So obviously I had a warm up at it, played golf. Let my wife do all the prep for it. Quite often we have her in our house, so when that's the case, she shouts at me a lot. I need to help around the house with the garden or the mop or whatever it might be. I need to help with, but because we had it somewhere else, actually, just
well done.
yeah, it was good actually this time. Everything was nice and relaxed. Just enjoyed the build up. Enjoyed the kids' actual birthdays. Big birthdays now. Like, God, I feel old. Jesus, I feel
18,
old,
21, yeah, of course.
Jesus, I feel old.
Adulthood.
Going to that kind of
I'm
party.
in the exact same boat as him, and I
Yeah.
would have been there enjoying myself with them and him. But unfortunately, I had to go to the pyramids of Giza, didn't I? So I had to go to one of the 7 wonders of the world and work a boxing match. That was fantastic. Yeah.
What did you make of that?
He's not allowed to say. Go to his other podcast to find out.
What did you make of Egypt?
Egypt.
Yeah, did
Egypt.
you like the pyramids?
One thing I can say is, here's how mine went.
Did you see the pyramids?
Yes. I left for Egypt at 12 o'clock midday on the train from Runcorn to Euston at midday. I went from Euston to Tottenham Court Road. I went from Tottenham Court Road to Paddington on the Heathrow Express. I arrived after leaving my house at 11:30 and getting to Runcorn on the 12 o'clock train. I was in shut up, soft ass. I was now in Heathrow, mate, waiting
Get the
for
all
the
lights in
flight.
here.
And basically, I left my house at midday. I got to Cairo. I got to my hotel in Cairo at 4:30 in the morning. I got up for work, had a production meeting. I got back to the airport after working the event at 4:30 in the morning because my flight was at 7:30.
Oh, bless him.
So in them 24 hours,
Little Tony.
I went to the pyramids, I went to the museum, I done my job, and then I came home, and then I done the 4-hour stint all the way back home. So I was back home to my daughter and back to the pyramids in the space of 48 hours. Worked non-stop, and that was the job. Was a good one.
So you got paid to be there. You got to visit the.
Yeah, we
you got
went
to
to-
visit a museum, and you got to see the
Sounds like a
pyramids.
nice day.
Leon, we weren't talking
and
about
all,
money.
and you know what I mean. So
I do it for the
I
love.
don't know what. Yeah, I don't know
I
what
do
you
it
got
for
to
the love,
moan at.
mate. I don't do it for the money. I do it for the love.
Sounds like a good trip.
Yeah.
Are they as impressive as this? As the? I've never been to Egypt. Are they as impressive as people say?
They are. It is impressive considering how long ago they were
Or do you
built.
just think they were big triangles?
No, but I'm not going to lie, I was slightly a bit... it sounds terrible, but I expected even bigger. Do you know the way they're
did
made
you?
out to be? Yeah, I expected them to be bigger, I'm not going to lie. And then when you get to the what's it called, the long thing that looks like a dog,
The Sphinx.
the Sphinx, I was a bit disappointed in that.
I
But
don't
it's
even know
been...
what that
That's supposed to be small, isn't it? Quite small. that.
It's corroded over the years and it's a bit battered, but it's history, isn't it? And as we one of the 7 wonders of the world. But I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit. I was just expecting this huge pyramid, and listen, it's big. It's not. But I wasn't big enough.
Just it's typical. Just always want bigger. Always want bigger and better.
Well, you know, I'm not quite on that level of. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not gonna say it. Just keep your mouth shut. Stop it. It's going to get me in trouble. It's
Well, we
going
were
to get me in trouble.
disappointed with that. You weren't more disappointed than me. I was at Spurs away.
Oh, you went.
Yeah. So that was tough.
I had the opportunity to go but I'm not going to lie, the reason I didn't go is because I didn't fancy taking a case and a and a handheld travel luggage into the match.
Oh, you were going to go straight from?
I was going to go literally straight from. I landed.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the itinerary he'd be telling us now
know,
about how he got from Cairo? And then I went to it. Then I went to it. Then I went to it.
Walk down the pyramid and walk straight into Spurs Stadium.
Straight into that ground. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't happy. I got home just in time for the game, and I wasn't. Once again, it's another opportunity.
It was a strange one for me. I don't even feel like I was seated so low, and the heat was just like unbearable. So I don't even.
Were you in the sun the whole game? Yeah,
all game till the 85th minute. I had to keep going down every 10 minutes just to cool down.
Sun cream on. I'm not sure. You look like the type that can handle the sun very well.
No, I'm half Turkish like you.
Oh, I'm not Turkish.
Whoa, don't
not?
insult Aussie like that.
No, I'm not Turkish.
Wasn't happy about that. Jesus Christ!
I thought you were.
I'm African.
Oh, okay.
There we go, mate.
Oh, I thought it was Osman a Turkish name though.
Yeah, they love me in Turkey.
Do they?
Yeah, they love me in Turkey. Yeah, but I'm and I don't tell them I'm not Turkish.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair.
Whatever can get them a couple of extra. I'm not going to say a couple of burgers, hot dogs. I was going to say drinks, but he's got this thing about drinks lately, so we're not going to say extra
Yeah,
drinks.
take whatever you can get.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so I don't burn in the sun is the answer to that
right,
question.
okay.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a
Well done, lad.
Turkish in me.
It is a bit of an afro you've got on top of your head.
I used to have a massive afro.
Fair
Like
play.
genuinely used to be like Sideshow Bob.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll show you
my
one.
brothers have got them. My elder brothers got a bit of afros. So yeah, I can see it, son.
But the sun was unbearable. And the game was rubbish as well. Even
I've got to be honest. It was tough where I was in the beer garden watching it. It was really, it was really, really hot. I've got to be honest.
I was
It was
just disappointed.
yeah, it was. I think if we're all realistic, how many of us really expected us to turn up and give Spurs a game? We all know what Everton are like. If you've gone a few weeks without a game, without a win, you want to play us. If your striker's not scored, you want to play us. That kind of thing. And you just felt, I mean, what was it? Is that the first win they've had at home this calendar year?
Yeah.
You just felt it was going to come. I mean, I had hopes that we'd be like this time last year when we went to Newcastle on the last game of the season and played well and performed and came away with all 3 points. But just
it's like there's nothing to play for, so they just. I don't want to say. I don't want to say they've got the flip flops on. I don't want to say that because I hate it when people say that. But I just felt we didn't take our chances again, and I just thought there was no.
Oh, it was an
there was no end product.
No,
We
was just
didn't
no
even
end
really
product.
create any chances, did we? Apart from maybe the 98th
It was
minute.
one of Tierno Barry's worst games. Holding the ball up was
Non-existent.
just didn't happen. Yeah, and we were. And do you know what? He put a strong team out because he didn't make many changes. I thought if he rotated Dave Moyes and made loads of changes and gave other people a chance, I thought he might get criticised by the league.
Display.
Just like he might get criticised by I know it's his prerogative to do it, but I thought he'd get criticised for not taking that game serious because it was West Ham versus Tottenham. Whoever goes, whoever loses or doesn't get the result goes down. So I expected him to put a relatively strong team out. He did, but a few of them were just, a few of them just played like it was the last game of the season. And also as well with the difference between this time and last year, quite a few of them, not enough of them, but quite a few of them have got the World Cup on the horizon. So we're in that moment where they don't want to pick up in a stupid injury and a nonsense injury, and mentally, whether you mean to or not, in that moment you do start.
Do you know what a massive
shaking out of challenges and not quite running that extra 5 yards?
Do you know what a massive miss has been the last few games? It's just a kind of guy. He just sets the standard in the middle, and he's all over the pitch. Even at his age now, he's still everywhere. And I just feel, if he's not around next season, how are we going to cope without him? Because he gets everywhere, Ross. He's the legs, and he allows Keenan Dewsbury to do the job that he wants to do with attacking. He allows Jimmy Garner to get on the ball more, but look to go forward instead of look to defend. He just allows everyone. He frees people up. And I worry without him.
Yeah, but he is getting old, and I've actually been frustrated with him once or twice this season. I think he gives the ball away a little bit, or
A bit more than
we need a little bit more. But yeah, this has been an opportunity. I thought Maitland Rolls, although he's played on the right, I thought he's come in and done okay.
Yeah.
He's got energy and legs. I don't think he's ready for a central midfield player. I don't think he's ready to play centrally. So Yeah, I
Does
think
that come with experience? Will Merlin Rowe, because as you've been a player, I would say give him a go because he is legs and he's everywhere. But does that come with experience? He needs a couple more years out on the right where it's less important. Does that make sense?
Not necessarily less important, although I know what you mean by you can make mistakes. You can make mistakes out on in the wide areas. I played in the wide areas until I earned my place in the middle. I just think at the minute he's not played every single week, has he, Merlin? It's not like he's played 38 games. He's played probably 8 of the last 12 games, maybe. Yeah. So he's not had all season, and I still think that although he's justifiably forced his way into the first team over his performances, I don't think he's playing quick enough to play in the middle of the pitch. I think he still needs a little bit more time. I think it all happens quicker and faster in the middle of the pitch than it does out wide. You get a little bit more thinking time, a little bit more time to take a touch and have a look around, whereas you already need to have pictures in your mind when you're playing in the middle of the pitch, and I'm not seeing that from him yet. But that's not to say you can't, because I've actually been impressed with his how he's developed this year, Merlin Rowe. I think that in the modern world, I think we're committed now to 20 million, and I think in the modern world that's not a crazy price for someone that you think could still develop. I still think he's got. I think he's got more potential than we've shown. I think he could be a really good player.
David Moyes sees something because he wouldn't play him if he didn't see something, would he?
I think you have to justify your spot to David Moyes. I think you have to show you can do. I've talked about this before. You have to show you can do certain roles within the team that won't let the team down. The team comes before the individual all the time, and if you can do the team stuff and then do your individual stuff on top of that, you'll start to get a game in the team. And Merlin Rowe started to do all the team stuff, and I just started to see little bits, especially in the City game and bits like that, where he's really showing his pace and he's getting at people and he's shown his desire and his tackling and stuff like that. I do think he's one of the players that's come out this last probably 8 games where we've actually had a huge dip at a really bad time. We got ourselves into a great spot after that Chelsea game where everybody started looking for their passport. Everybody was in the drawer, checking dates on it, wondering if it's going to be okay. And I think we probably only needed 8 points in the last 7 games, maybe.
Why do you think they've slipped so bad?
Probably a number of things. Expectation might be the first. We snuck into that position without any real pressure on the team.
We were there, though, it was there for the taking, wasn't it? You just needed to get all that. And let's be honest, there were games where we were there. The City game's a massive kick, but you expect it because before it you go, we'll take that point all day. But then, the Brentford games and stuff like, you're just like, where's it gone wrong?
Again, expectations are huge. Suddenly you've got something to protect rather than playing freely and something to go at.
A lot of the fans are saying Moyes.
Yeah, a lot of the fans will say Moyes.
How though? When he hasn't really. Do you class him as are you looking at him going, he spent a lot of money here? Because I actually don't.
No, we've got the squad that we had, and I hope we strengthen over the summer. I don't know how much we generally have in the transfer windows, and I'm not in a rush for David Moyes to move on by any stretch, because again I still think we're in a moment of the club's transition where we still need that stability. We need the calm head, and we need the experience. We need someone who understands the football club, and yes, results might have not gone well at the end of the season to get us over the line, but at the start of the season, I think we'd have all took 13th. We've been battling relegation for so long that we'd have took 13th and called that a nice step and moved forward. But because of the hope that we gave ourselves, or he gave us, to suddenly go and look for our passports, now we're all disappointed. If we'd have ended up, let's just say, 17th with 8 games to go, and we'd won all 8 and very just about missed out on Europe, we'd now be going, oh, what a great run that was, because the hope came at the end, like we were last season. So that's frustrating. There will be things that David Moyes looks back on and goes, I wish I'd have done that differently, or I could have changed that, or in hindsight I would have done that. The Sunderland game feels like a moment, but even that I go back to players again. The players couldn't pass from A to B in that game. It was incredible. To anyone who's in the stadium will say it. It was crazy to watch. It one could pass the ball.
Yeah, they were awful that day.
They were awful against Spurs for different reasons. The real sort of dip came in the derby, not getting over the line against City. Those were two big games that really hurt us, because we've always been a team that don't always necessarily win the other games, but we're dead competitive in your Liverpool games, your City games and all that. And quite often, one win out of them two games propels us forward and gives us real momentum and belief to go on and win the games. And having lost, it felt like we lost both, but having lost the derby and drawn against City in the manners that we did, last minute goals, I think it just knocked the stuffing out of us both. So Moyes will get the stick, and yeah, I could completely understand that. I don't think it's a time to move on from him yet.
Not a chance. I just feel he's got us.
There's a lot of noise around it, though. You know.
I know
we got a lot of comments off the back of our pod last week.
It's just not right though, because listen, if you'd have said the start of this season, Everton are going to be fighting for, they're going to be in European contention, everyone would go, wow. Well, we was in European contention with 4 games to go. We were fighting for the European place, and we were well on target as well. At the end of that City game, it's in Everton's hands to go and get Europe. And I'm sorry to tell you, a season shouldn't be defined on a management over the 4 games, because the other 34, there's been times where they've been brilliant, and there's been times where they've been very good.
But is it acceptable to slip up that much in the last 7 games?
It is. Them last 5-6 games, I get it, but you can't.
Arteta nearly slipped up.
Yeah.
And he's got an incredible squad and depth, and they've been building towards that, and he's been building towards that for 6.5 years. True. So for only having 18 months and having had a little bit of influx of players, but not really having the depth, it's tough to call it a slip. Well, it was a bit of a. It's tough to be overly critical of it at the moment. And for those people, I'm asking questions of those people that talk about it's time to get someone new. I'm like, so who do you think? Who is it that's in your mind? Because you're not going to get a Pep. You're not going to get someone of that ilk. I mean, Iraola's the only one that I go for. He could be. I'm just saying, could be a future Everton manager. I'm looking at him going, he could be.
I'll take him if he's available.
One of my mates said to me, Iraola, you've got to take Iraola. And I said to him, why have we got to take Iraola? I said, Iraola won a European trophy when Moyes was at West Ham. And let's be just brutally honest, West Ham are a smaller club than Everton. They always have been, they always will be. I'm sorry to say it, but they are. Now, what he done at West Ham, he constantly got them into, I think they were in top 8 when he was there. They were in a top 8 position. He got to 1 European final, am I correct, and they lost. Am I right thinking that?
Moyes?
Yeah. Did he get to the European final the year
before? They won
the conference. But didn't he get the European final the year before? It was the year he won one, he lost one, didn't he? I'm sure he lost.
I can't honestly remember.
They did well in the Europa League one of the years, but they didn't win it.
No, he didn't win it, but I'm sure he got to the final, or he might have got to whatever.
Yeah.
He got really far. So he's been in 2 European competitions, and he's gone really deep in one, and he's won the other one. Now, I'm sorry to tell you, mate, what's Iraola done? He's done. What's he managed? What's he done? Is he run? Well,
no, he's just hot. He's just hot at the minute.
Glasner's better than Iraola, in my opinion. Glasner's won a trophy.
Well, I'm just asking these Evertonians and saying, what if you maybe if those two
I'm sick of them.
If those two were available at some point and they were interested, I'd say next year, but even not now, just because of the stability that we need.
What's he done? Like these are I keep hearing Iraola and Glasner. Okay, what? You've exceeded expectations at a smaller club. You come to Everton, and regardless of what anyone
it's always
wants to
big.
Say,
It's coming to Everton.
It's
Everyone
a massive deal, mate. We're a massive club, and it doesn't matter what everyone wants to laugh at us or think about us and start mentioning the last time he's won a trophy. Whatever. Everton is still a huge football club, and David Moyes has managed big football clubs, and he's had success now. He's proven he can win a trophy by doing what he done at West Ham. He's proven he can consolidate a solid place in the league. So it might be just back him because and then the sword falls on him.
Yeah,
it's up to you. Look, you're having a go like I'm not backing him. You know me.
You're always backing him.
I want to, but I'm just giving the argument. But the for those that are just saying, well, we can go get X person from Spain because he's doing well for such a club or X. They don't know the Premier League. Exactly. They don't understand the football club. Everton are a very unique football club, and we're as English football as it comes, really, Everton.
I'm having a pop at them
we are.
fans who are going on at me on my social platforms and then going, it's got to be Areola, and they're going, you're just a
We won't get Areola.
And I'm just like,
for those
why?
that even want him, he wouldn't come to us this summer.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't come to us.
No, I'm not
Not
sure.
not that we want him to, but you're just looking at who you could get, who's available. In my opinion, we have to get a manager that's already managed in the Premier League because we're as Premier League as it comes when it comes to understanding the football and the style. You can't come in and try and do flimsy kind of football with us. It doesn't work. We're not that kind of club. You need to get it. You need to have a bit of a Premier League experience. You need to understand English football. And I just don't think I don't think that for this transitional phase that we're in, because again, we're still just 1 year into moving to a new stadium. We're just over 1 year with new ownership. We're
still in a stability phase, aren't we?
We're still in a stability phase. We're still in a, yes, we were disappointed by the way the season finished because of hope, but, you know,
Because you've done so well in the first three quarters.
By this time next year, if we make the exact same progress this year that we made last year, we'll be what,
in the top
7th or 8th,
We're in the
and
top
suddenly
8.
you're flying. And there's those that say, I think David Moyes or Everton had 48 points last year, 49 this year, maybe 47 the year before, and call it similar. But each Premier League is different, so points tallies can be great. But you can win the title on 101 points 1 year, and you can win the title on 84 the next.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference the 20 odd.
Arsenal wouldn't have been
20
winning the title
points
when
difference.
City were getting 100 and odd points, or
No.
Liverpool were getting 100 points. So yeah, you're
So
spot on.
seasons are different in that. So points do give
They
you
do
a sort of
matter.
basis
Yeah.
across it of how you're averaging and all that. But positions in the table do it way better, because then you're comparing yourself, because the league might be more competitive, more different, all different aspects of looking at it. So we've gone from, in fact, where did we actually finish last year? Did we finish 13th, and we're 13th again? I'm going to say that, and suddenly we're 13th and 13th. But I just feel like we made a bit of progress this year, just for where we've been all season in the league.
Yeah, last season we were 13.
As I say,
48 points.
I just
13,
feel
48 points. But that was a
fighting
flirt with relegation
our
for a lot,
lives.
and had our really good run at the end, which I was talking before. Had our really good run at the end, and everyone's gone great, positive, because we finished the game with 8 or 10, unbeaten in that many, and
David
really
Moyes
good run
comes
at the
in
end.
and rescues us.
We had our
basically.
dip in that time this year. Frustrating, definitely frustrating.
The dips
but
come at the end instead of at the start.
Yeah.
Whereas, I think managers who dip at the start of the season, they're usually gone by Christmas.
I do think, he's probably going to start the season positively.
I was going to say, what has he got to do next season to turn things back around?
I just want to see him backed first. I just want to see our manager backed. I think if you back him, I just believe if a manager can come out and go, listen, I've got the people I wanted in, I've got the staff I wanted in, I've got the players I wanted in, it's on me, I'm culpable. And this is what I don't like about football no more. I just don't see that in managers. I'm starting to get quite fed up now. I really do. I feel I've renewed our tickets, but I'm like, if I don't, I'm starting to get fed up with football. I've just had enough of it, mate. I've just the end of the season's really done me. It's really done me bad. I feel like, because I thought we're going Europe next season and the kids are going to get away.
Yeah, and so we're all disappointed, but I don't think it's suddenly time to jump ship. I think it's time for cool heads, calmness, stability, go again next season. And I honestly believe we'll make further steps. Do you know what? It all depends on what squad you've got, because we need to keep hold of our best players, and there's been a lot of noise around Ilman. There's a lot of noise around Illy at the minute.
Yeah, there's a lot of good players we've got. I think Keenan Dewsbury, Jimmy Garner, Ilman and Dyke have been revelations this season. I go that far as saying that. I think Jimmy Garner has been absolutely
swallowed the dictionary
fantastic.
since the last show we did.
I'm getting these big words in. I mean, just give me enough time, and I'll get discombobulated in as well. I am feeling a bit shaky on the way, and I lack of food, to be honest. But you know what? We've had some really good players this year, but I'll be honest, I don't think the worry is losing these players. I think there'll be a bit of an exodus this season. I think there'll be a number of players who are told, because when you're dealing with a manager like David Moyes, I think he's pretty honest and straight. And I think he's a fella who's going to go, you know what, you're not needed, or you're not. There's some managers who, and I've seen that many come and go now, some managers will be honest and straight and say, you're not for me, you don't fit into my plans. You get some managers who are liars and say that you are my plans, you do this, you do that. I just think with David Moyes, he's pretty straight down the line. He's a straight shooter. And I think he'll just let certain players know, you're not for me, kid. I don't think you're the one. And it doesn't mean there's any of it. You know where you stand. And I think that's what you'd want as a player, is that what you'd want?
Definitely. Oh,
You
that's
want to
what
know where you're at.
anyone will tell you. Yeah, you want to know you've got a fair crack at it, and you want to know that you feel like you're part of a team and you're working to something. You don't want to, I'm going to say you don't want to work hard and then not get. That's not what I'm trying to say. But you don't want to be committing everything you are to something that you're not actually a part of.
Yeah.
And there's no way. It doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to be a part of or involved in plans. So yeah, he has always been like that. He'll have the conversations that you need. Not everyone across football will give you that.
Yeah.
So you think that he'll tell people that they're gone?
I'm hoping so, because I just don't see you can't carry Deadwood in the Premier League, and you can't carry play. I just don't. But listen, we're never going to have this big, massive squad of stars. So I think you're going to have to
telling then?
Get it right. Oh, that's a good question.
Put that one on your toes. Now
you have, but that's not for me to answer. That's for him to answer. That's for him to answer.
Wow! You think I threw a jab at him and he dodged the way he dodged that. Yeah, we've dropped the head. We've all
got our opinions on who we like and who we don't like. But I'm not the manager, and I don't see what he sees day in, day out in training.
You got your opinion, no?
I've got my opinion, and I've got me who I think's good enough and who I think's not good enough. But who really cares?
Go on then.
I'll go after you.
In recent weeks, a lot of the fans are saying the back line isn't good enough. That's a common trend.
Well, the big issue. You want me to go first again? The big issue is Jared's
injury.
Jared's been injured for a chunk of this. I felt so sorry for him when he re-injured it in the derby, just because he knew what he felt, and he knew it was bad again, and he was going to be out for the rest of the season. I don't know how long it's going to be, but it's a big thing to have a recurring hamstring go in that way for a young man, and you just hope that he's going to be able to get over it. But it might scare the suitors, the big suitors off who are interested in it.
Because he's out of them, mate. He's got a lot of potential.
That. It might scare them off. Jake O'Brien, we definitely need a right back. I think obviously Jake made some big mistakes against Sunderland.
Is that
acceptable? And I do want to. It is.
Because he's not a right back.
It's not acceptable.
No, I know, but it's understandable.
It's.
I think it's proven that he's not a right back.
Yeah. So it's it's one of them moments that it was inevitable that there's going to be mistakes come
at some point.
So Jake's going to slot into centre half long term.
He's done well when he's played centre half this season.
Yeah, look, and I just think in a world lacking in leaders. And now we've lost Seamus. Tarky's the big voice on the pitch. He's the organiser. And he's not been as good this. I think he'd admit he's had a decent season, but he's not been as good as he was the previous season or the season before.
He's not getting younger, mate.
No, he's not getting younger.
Time waits for no one.
Things slowed down. I've been in that situation where your legs don't... the messages are still getting to your legs, but your legs aren't moving as quick.
The reaction speed.
Yeah, but he's still in there, and he still offers an awful... In the same way that Davy Weir and Stubbsy did, because they slowed down.
They played differently.
But their mind and their experience worked, and their talking was huge throughout the pitch. And they were playing in teams that had lots of talkers in the teams. At the minute, Tarky picks at the back, maybe, but it's tough for a goalkeeper to be shouting all information around.
Do you hear the keeper when he shouts us when you're on the pitch?
I try not to listen to the keeper.
No, I know, but when you were playing, could you hear T?
Only when you're in your half, really. Only when you're in your half.
Because when I played in Soccer Aid, I was a goalkeeper for one of them. The other one was playing.
People were ignoring you.
Yeah, of course he was. But I was screaming, and I know for a fact I couldn't hear a word.
Just ignoring you.
It depends what the atmosphere is like. It depends if it's just calmed down. There's loads of mitigating factors. Okay. I mean, just think about a manager shouting on from the side of the pitch. You can't always be heard.
I would struggle. Did you hardly ever hear him?
So that's why it used to annoy the life out of me when I played on right midfield or whatever, or left midfield on the manager's side, because he'd just scream at you all the time and tell you, come here, Ozzy, tell him to get... And then if the messages didn't get over to the right people, I'd get shouted at because he told me and I didn't get the messages over to the right people. And then I used to wind me up. Spent the whole game just passing on messages. But... just talking in the world of
right.
needing leaders, that's why he plays. I think if Jake O'Brien had Tarky's sort of
personality,
talking, shouting, ownership, leadership, giving informations, then he'd probably be playing right centre half in our best team with Jared Bradley.
Is Tarky and Keane together a problem?
I think they are two outstanding pros. I think they are two outstanding people. But I think time will... I think evidence has been over the last 5 or 6 seasons that they don't necessarily complement each other.
I don't think you can play them together.
I'll be honest though, I think Michael Keane's been really good this season.
No, I think he's had a good season.
It's been one of his better seasons. It's mad that, because as you can see that Tarky's slowing down. It's like Keano's.
Yeah.
It's mad out. It's just crazy, because 2 years ago I wouldn't have thought this. I'd be saying that. But now it looks, I don't know, it might be timing or whatever have you, or Tarky might have dropped off a bit more than you think. I don't know, but there's one thing you'll get out of Tarky is you're getting 110% out of him every time he steps on a pitch. He's putting his body on the line. He's going as much as he can. But Ozzy's right, he knows players and he knows how they're feeling, because he's been there and he's done it, you know what I mean? And as I said, Jake O'Brien is ready to come in, and with Jake O'Brien and Jared, the two younger lads, but then it's a massive... I'm a big believer in you've got to have older heads in a dressing room. You can't have kids running kids. You really can't. You've got to have seniority in a dressing room. It's so important. When these were in there was seniors and they were leaders, mate, and it helped so much with the likes of Ross, younger lads in the squad, younger boys coming through. It was huge, you know. It really was.
Yeah, it was, and you've got to have that throughout the team. And if there's only one, then he's generally playing. Then you're looking for who's playing alongside him, and the thing with Keano and Tarky at the back is, again, brilliant pros, and you just touched on it yourself there. So they've not really got pace. So if you play Jared and one of them, or you play Jake and one of them, then you might have a talker, and you've got the balance. Then in the old, a really aggressive one would be Keano and Tarks. And then the other, the one who reads the game better and covers with pace and assesses it and gets in, would be your Jared and your Jake O'Brien. So I think it's all potentially there. But I mean, the manager gave a great speech at the end of season 2 on the stage, because I hosted that the other day, and it was brilliant to do. Thank you. Just chucked that one in my suit. And my tux looked back. Jesus, my tux barely fit me. Put a bit of weight on since I last wore it. That was a bad moment. Fought my way into it. I forgot my cufflinks as well.
Oh,
I had to get. I had to get one of the ladies who was.
How did you forget your cufflinks?
I was going to say, how
you put your shirt on?
No, because I did a dress rehearsal the afternoon of, so I went down there. I said dress rehearsal. Did a rehearsal, went down there, and I went to the Titanic to get changed, and took me tux and forgot the cufflinks. So one of the ladies had to take, there's a little bit of string that tied your badge around your neck. She took the string off. I had to use the string on my cufflinks because I couldn't because I didn't have cufflinks. So yeah, that was.
But what did Moy say?
But anyway,
I just went all around the world. I mean, he had a pop at me, didn't he?
Sorry,
you know what I mean?
Boys,
just went off topic there. It was a bit strange.
So asked him to talk about Seamus again, and he said, what a guy, what a leader. And Seamus had touched on it earlier in the night in his speech. He said, so Moyes touched on it as well and said, Seamus came from people, learnt from people, the generations before, like myself, like Stubbsy, like Jags, like Bainesy, and we learnt from the generation before, going all the way back to the 80s guys that were in the room, and even to the 70s guys, one or two of them were about. And he said they all learnt. And then he said, I'm looking at the tables of the first team here now, and I'm wondering who's stepping up next, who's going to learn, who's going to take on the mantle, because someone does need to. And I thought, yeah, I'll have a bit of that.
Yeah.
I nearly tried to grab an armband from somewhere and show him that I could still.
I'll do it.
Oh, he had me in that.
I'm on board.
He had me in that. No, yeah, he nearly had me there.
But
yeah.
do you see in a dressing room?
I think we need to sign somebody who comes in and brings that. Like when we signed Phil Neville that time, like Moyes definitely brought in a leader there. Is there someone that we can get to help Tarky?
Different kind of leader, to be fair. Yeah, Phil wasn't an inspirational speech guy. Phil wasn't an inspirational speech guy. But he led by example, and he wanted to do things first, and he wanted to be and he wanted to be at the front of every run. He wanted to be at the front of every, when the manager took us out or whatever it might be. Phil would be first and leading it in that way, yeah. But there's so many different types of leaderships, and actually within a squad, you probably need a few of them. You know, you need more than one. You need more people to step up. Like, look at Adrissa's, 36, 37. If he does stay, you're thinking, come on, let's get about. But he's more of a quiet guy. Brilliant guy though. He tell this story. I'm sure he probably, because he does things so discreetly. But there was an auction at the end of season awards do, and it was one of the prizes. There was 5 prizes. There was some really good ones, all involving the players. One of them was for Iliman and Dye, and I think it was for Tyler Diblin as well, to go into a school or into a school team or a teacher or any team, Sunday League team, or for your own kids, and do a couple of hours coaching, or an hour's coaching, what it was. So there was a couple on a table somewhere that were bidding and trying to win it for their football team. I don't know, they must have run a football team, and they were getting bid against by someone else, and they didn't know who, and it got up to about 12 grand, and then someone realised it was Idrissa that was bidding against them, and then Idrissa basically outbid them. No matter what they were bidding, he was just bidding more. And a couple of people thought because he just wanted his mate Iliman and Dye to do something, and as soon as then he called the auctioneer over and said, donate it to them. I want them to have that just on me. Hope they enjoy it, that kind of thing. So
that's good.
So it was a great thing, doing his badges, but top guy. These kind of stories go unnoticed within the game. Mainly only the bad stories. The Jack Grealish sort of stuff gets talked about from that night. Jack was, I think it came out publicly, Jack had a couple of drinks in the afternoon, thoroughly enjoyed himself. I loved it.
Good on him.
But that story came out, but the Idrissa Gay story didn't come out.
Yeah, of course it did.
Do you know about the donation and all that?
He's been in there for the last 3 months now, because our baby's in there training overnight, and he's in there watching the sessions, doing the sessions. He's in there till 8-9 o'clock at night. So he's been in there all day, then he's staying back, and he's doing the coaching sessions. He's learning off.
So he's ready to do that, but he's not stepping up and sort of. I'm not seeing him barking.
No, he's
so we need to find it from somewhere.
Yeah, that's not his personality. I mean, I'm trying to think of who do a C in that role and mould. I think if Tarky's to do whatever, he's going to make any decisions, I think it's up to Pickers. But then is it harder for the keeper house because he's so far away?
Not off the pitch. Off the pitch it's fine, but on the pitch it is.
Yeah.
On the pitch it's hard for messages to come round. I think you need someone in the middle of the pitch. Yeah, you really do. Yeah, you do. I'll tell you something else. I'm going off Everton slightly, but
go for it.
That's the
John
problem.
Stones.
Stones.
Congrats, first of all, on a wonderful Man City career. But what are you making of this guard of honour during the game from both teams to walk people off? Oh, did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it, but I've read about it.
Bernardo Silva goes off after, let's say, 60.
And did all the players just run to the middle and give him
65 minutes, and he's about to get subbed, or he is getting subbed. And both teams, Aston Villa included, and Man City ran to the side of the pitch and gave him a guard of honour to go off the pitch on like 60 minutes.
It's a bit strange.
So then they clapped, and then the next thing, the game carries on, and then John Stones got subbed, and they did the exact same thing. Aston Villa players.
Why are Villa doing that?
Aren't Villa fighting for the Champions League place?
No, they'd already secured Champions League place twice over. Yeah, once through winning the Europa League.
Wow, that
was a brilliant win. That, by the way,
they're a good side, then, mate. I mean, if you
want to all over the place with topics there, when
if you want to guarantee a trophy, then just employ Unai Emery.
Oh,
because he's going to win you the Europa. He just goes around winning
it's
it.
It's his trophy, isn't it?
Of course, they just
called the Unai Emery Europa League. Yeah. 5 times he's won it.
Just leave it in his living room. I mean, that's where it belongs. I'll tell you one. And we're talking about seniority in squads and players being. That's what Chelsea miss.
Yeah, for sure.
A full leader and a bit of seniority in the team. Imagine them with a John Terry.
They need. Well, to be fair, I think someone came out this summer and said they're going to be headhunting finished articles. Like over the last 3 seasons, they've been buying potential, haven't they? That go up in price. They're going to be buying finished articles and big characters. So I think they've now realised.
I don't believe that.
But you know, they've got Alonso coming in. Should be a decent coach. What he did at Leverkusen. But he's got to sort a bit of a mess out there, hasn't he? Enzo Fernandez has come out and said he wants to leave.
To play for Madrid.
Yeah, he's basically, again, he's come out over the last day or two saying he wants to.
Of course, you want to
he
play
wants
for
to
Madrid.
leave.
So
Chelsea have said, well, you're going to now cost 120 million. That they signed him for 100. I'm not sure he's paying 120 million.
I mean, I do think he's a top player. Does
top like
At 120 million.
if you could buy Declan Rice for 100. Would you buy Enzo Fernandez for 120?
I just think the prices are being elevated, obviously. But if someone comes with 100 million, they're letting him go. They'd be happy to take the money back.
Too right they were.
But I do think he's a top player because they aren't a great team, and they're mishmashed all over the place. You've got different managers coming in. You've got about 5 different manager squads in there. 5 different manager ideas, but then once again, as I say, is it the manager's squads or is it the director of football squad? And this is the big thing I'm getting to. You're sacking managers and he's dealing with players that he hasn't asked for. How are you sacking a manager? And this is where we're going. Pep Guardiola leaving Man City has just now thrown out the most powerful manager in world football. So he's out. There's one manager left who's got full power over the club, and that's Mikel. I don't, unless you're talking Jurgen Klopp comes back and plays football.
Unai Emery, has he got power?
Possibly has. I feel that he might have everything over him, possibly. But I still think
everyone's still done by this PSR, and everyone's still restricted at the mid clubs are. The top clubs can obviously spend a lot more.
Mikel Arteta now answers to nobody. I think Unai Emery still might even answer to a couple of people. But I don't think Mikel Arteta answers to anybody. Well, Mikel doesn't because he sacked Edu. He sacked the director of football, so you're in power there.
Well, they backed him, and even when they had wobbly times, and even then I spoke to so many Arsenal fans when I was working in London that were like, it's time to get Arteta out. Because they'd had a stumble. Time to get him out. He just can't get it done. We're going to get knocked out of Europe. We won't win the Premier League, and it's time to get him out. And I'm thinking,
not saying that
just
now,
be patient, will you? Jesus.
Give
and
him
now,
a chance.
just the season's a long time.
Now he's the Messiah.
Season's a long time. You've got to give people a chance. But you also, and the ownership of you talking to them, yes, did back him, and they spent. So they'd already bought Declan Rice the summer before. They'd already bought a lot of people in Havertz, but this summer they spent 6, 12, 18, probably 200 and odd million this summer.
Might have been more than that.
Because they bought Madueke, Eze, Gyökeres, and someone else as a top. All of them were between 50 and 60 million. So they basically backed him and committed to winning it all this year. And coming full circle back to Chelsea, I don't know if Xabi Alonso has gone in there without having some sort of assurances. Can you get assurances in the Premier League these days?
Yeah, I reckon he wants some sort of power.
Some sort of, come on, I'm going to be able to have...
Xabi Alonso is not having power at Chelsea.
I don't reckon he goes there if he doesn't have it.
Well, they might tell him he's getting it to go in and get a job on, but I'm telling you now, Xabi Alonso's not calling the shots up at Chelsea. No chance. He ain't getting exactly who he wants. You'll soon see. Because they want a head coach. The Americans.
Todd Bowley's still shouting down from the
I'm telling you, mate.
Left mid, put him left mid. No, right mid.
Enzo's playing. I don't care what he says. He's playing. But mate,
surely not.
I just don't believe manager. I just don't believe any manager now who coming into his job. I'll tell you now, Maresca's going to City, and Maresca will have very little power. And if I was Maresca, you better put your arm around Phil Foden and just and nurse him, lad, because you need him to shine for you.
Do you think City will? I mean, I think they got closer to the title this year than I thought.
They did.
In a transition year, 2 years without winning it for them now. Do you think Maresca can bring them back?
I'm not sure.
I don't think.
I'm not sure.
I think it's going to take a year.
I'm really not sure. It all depends on if he can get an arm. I just think Phil Foden's the key. I think Phil Foden is that good of a footballer. If you can put an arm around him and get him on side, you've got a chance at the league. I think he's that important.
He's had a down.
Yeah.
18 months. He's had a bit of a down spell with regards to form.
I know, but how he's not in that England squad is beyond me. It is. I mean. Please, someone, am I wrong here? Now, I'm obviously the punchy boxer, so let's just be totally brutally honest. Madueke and Jordan Henderson, and you've got Cole Palmer, you've got Phil Foden, and you've got Adam Wharton. What's going on, mate? What's going on? This fella's turning up in a Zimmer frame at this stage. Jordan Henderson's not going to play, mate. Listen, he's had an amazing career. I'm not knocking him. What a career. He's won the lot. Fair play to him. But, mate, and I know 5 years ago, Roy Keane made this comment. Oh, does he do card tricks?
Yeah.
Does he do a sing-along?
Yeah.
I understand players need, and people will say, when you're talking about seniority in the squad,
I will
they're all
say two things. Firstly,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with everything that Thomas Tuchel's done. But secondly, that's the podcast that we're going to do next. So let's not try and take up all of our...
Okay, well, let's forget to wipe that out. We're going to talk about that next. I'm fucking furious.
Let's go back to managers. So
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta, he won Premier League Manager of the Year.
Yeah.
He didn't win the Sir Alex Ferguson Award, which is the overarching manager for across all the leagues. Lampard won it. Do you think that's fair? Has Arteta been robbed?
I wouldn't say robbed, because Frank's done a great job there. Do you know if Glasner wins it, Glasner should get it?
There's been a couple of contenders. I go back to Unai Emery.
He was nominated.
He was up for he got them in a fight for the championship, although they didn't actually stay in it all season long. They obviously qualified for the Champions League twice over by winning the Europa League as well. Iraola getting Bournemouth into Europe and going 18 games unbeaten for Bournemouth from where they are. Outstanding.
It doesn't sit well with me, the Bournemouth one. They're just they're overachieving, and that's it.
Well,
It.
but that's the point.
That's why you should get it.
I know, but Glasner's done a better job than Iraola.
Well, if you're talking
He's won something. He's doing
winning
it
last year,
consistently.
potentially winning this year because it's tonight.
And let's all be honest, he is losing his best players hand over foot.
He's also leaving himself.
I know, but he's losing his best players hand every time he loses his best players. He's lost the best centre half in the country.
Yeah,
he's lost the best winger in the
So
country.
did Bournemouth. They lost 3 of the back 4, maybe even 4 of the back 4 over the summer, and still managed to improve. So it's not about it fundamentally is about overachieving. That's what gets you a shout.
That's what these managers get at these jobs, and this is what annoys me again, is because it's like what the job Potter done at Brighton. It was really good. Then you step to a plate where, you know what, you are expected to win every week. Not we can win or we can't win each week. When you're expected to win, the pressure is different. And then also you walk into a dressing room full of egos. And this is the part that annoys me, because a manager is no longer a manager no more, or a head coach is no longer a head coach. He's a psychiatrist. He's basically an ego masseuse. Lad, just get on with it. Come on, get a grip of yourself. Sort yourselves out. And it's just football's just going round the bend. It's doing me capping. I've had enough. No, I have. I mean,
I'll be still here next season.
These last 6 games have done me. It's what Everton have done to me. But come on, Oz.
I understand that.
Mikel,
managers do that. It's hard to argue that Frank Lampard's not been brilliant this season.
No, he's definitely
from
been
where
good.
he got.
But then you look at the winners of each league, each division could be in for a shout. Those that got promoted by the playoffs, you know. Bolton just got promoted.
Spygate.
Yeah, you know, the whole getting up with it. You know, you could pick anyone.
Who would you pick?
I personally would have picked Mikel.
Yeah.
I just to be in the Champions League final, to have won the Premier League for the first time after the job he's done from, I know it's a 6-year project, but the job he's done and finally got over the line.
He's beat Pep.
Being doubted along the way. Yeah, I would have gone with him this year.
He's the greatest manager of our era in our generation. He's beat him.
So did Slot last year, though, and that's not aged well.
I mean, yeah, you're right there. When it comes,
So all you had there.
yeah, that's you done well. Good shout. But ultimately, I can't believe a decision's being made on a trophy like that before the Champions League final, because everyone would give it to Mikel after the Champions League final if he wins that. It's not even a debate, is it? So you've made the decision. How stupid do the people who've made that decision look?
Is it done over everything in the season, or is it done on just league form?
I think the LMA Awards is based on
League Managers Association.
Yeah. Is it based on everything?
Yeah, well, they probably should wait a little bit longer. Like, Player of the Year, Bruno Fernandes has won Player of the Year only twice over. The Football Writers and the other Player of the Year.
Won that because Declan Rice should.
But I think Declan Rice having driven Arsenal to where they are, being a huge part of it. But most of Arsenal people will tell you David Raya has been as if not more influential for their team. We tend to look over goalkeepers, don't we, without giving them the
another Golden Glove for him.
3 seasons on the run. He's
three
got
in
it
a row?
now. Yeah,
I know it was two,
he's
I
the
didn't know it was
3rd goalkeeper to do it. Edison did it. Did Van der Sar do it? There's been a couple of keepers, but not many. Pepe Reina did it. Yeah, there's been a few keepers that done it, but not many.
Keeper.
Yeah,
3 on the run.
No, he actually
won the
played
title.
for Southport.
Bruno obviously did get 21 assists coming the end of the season, which is the all-time record. So he's definitely
Do you think
in the
football's
conversation.
too much stat-driven now? When you were playing, did you even talk or did you even hear the word assist?
Ouch, Tony.
You know what I mean?
You got a few.
You've got a load of them, but you know when
Made
you were
a couple,
playing,
mate.
I don't remember people going like, "Oh, you got 2 assists today," or anyone.
It wasn't a big
spoken
thing.
about, was it?
So like speak to Steve McManaman about this as well. He hates it because he's like, they didn't used to proper do assists back in the day. So, you know, they might give him, I don't know, 50 for to give him a tap in if they look back now. But but I'm just saying there would have been loads more when I'm involved in the
Steve
involved in the
McManaman
game.
must have given Robbie Fowler at least.
Yeah.
And if you're doing all the, you know, the stats, I think I'd have probably got a lot more.
I know,
So
tons.
it is stat-oriented, but we as the public love it.
Yeah, we do.
We as the public buy into it and love it, and that's why it is. You fantasy football, and you've got your this, and you've got
It's online betting as well,
generating
isn't
the
it?
stats,
Basically.
and you've got your online betting. You've got us getting excited, and then we got a talking point of Bruno Fernandes, 21 assists, but only 8 of them or 9 of them were from open play.
Oh,
Is
mate,
he
how
the best?
bad's
Is he
that?
this? Is he
How
that?
bad's that, though?
No, so
It's 8
takes
of them.
set pieces, doesn't he? Roy of the Rovers.
8 of them from open play.
He's
I mean,
Roy of the Rovers. He takes
You
Everton.
should take the award back.
does that take a bit off it, Oz?
No, because
obviously 10 of them are just crosses into the box. And don't tell me, I don't care what you say, no one's good enough. You've got a group in the box. You're not saying, I'm putting it on Harry Maguire's head. He's right there.
all set pieces takers will end up with more
Assists.
With more assists. Bainesy had loads of assists because yes, he had unbelievable crossing.
Just throwing Bainesy under the bus there.
But he took
What's
set
Bainesy done
pieces.
to you?
Sorry, Baz, you know all of you. But look, I always laugh at people who talk about set pieces that aren't important or crosses aren't important. Man United, and I know this was one game, but it was arguably the most important game in United's history. They came from 1-0 behind in the 90th minute
Munich.
against Bayern Munich with 2 set pieces, 2 corner kicks that won them the game. But now it's not great to win stuff on corners. And yes, it's over the whole course of the whole season with Arsenal, and it can be a bit.
Mate, if Everton get Europe, I don't care if
times,
every goal's from a set piece.
Set pieces, it's
Yeah, I think it's
suddenly
fair
set
shout,
pieces aren't
when you put it
allowed.
like that.
Set pieces aren't
It's always
allowed.
been allowed.
So of course they're all huge part
I
of the
love
game.
it. If Everton,
Bayern Munich wish they could ban set pieces.
Imagine Everton get Europe next season. Every goal's a set piece. I'll take it now.
take
Thanks.
it.
Thank you very much.
And
Win a
that
trophy.
that is why I think Arsenal can win the Champions League.
It's going to be
final.
my final question.
That's a hard one.
That's why I think they can win the Champions League final. I'm not saying they will. PSG are outstanding.
Heavy
They've
favourites.
got the best front three in world football.
Heavy favourites.
Heavy favourites. They can, but Arsenal are arguably one of the best defences.
I think that they are possibly the only
place.
team. I think they are possibly
They've
the
got a
only
great
team
defence in the
that can
Champions League. So they are the anti-PSG. If they hang in there and they defend and they frustrate and they win a couple of quarters. Think about the size of PSG, by the way.
But you know what?
They've got some very diminutive players. Their midfielders are tiny.
You'd also forget.
Kvaratskhelia is not going to head loads. Dembele's not a bigger head.
You'd also forget
if he's even fit.
When they won it, they can defend also brilliantly because
Yes,
they showed that at Bayern. And so they've got 2 ways to the game. I'm not sure Arsenal are anywhere near as fluid going forward as them. They may be able to defend a little bit better than PSG, but they're not even in the same stratosphere.
I'm not saying that, but I've seen games won or lost by the team that aren't as good as the other team because they're stubborn, they defend, they get a little bit of luck
So you're
on
picking
the
Arsenal,
way.
Oz?
They get a little bit of luck
Oz, are
on
you
the
picking
way.
Arsenal? Oz, are you picking Arsenal?
Go on then, yeah. I'll have Arsenal.
Go on.
I'll have Arsenal. In the same way you took PSG last time.
I did, I did take PSG.
Well, I actually want Arsenal to win.
I want Arsenal to win.
I want Arsenal to win.
But you think PSG?
I think PSG, but I'll take.
that.
I think PSG, but I'll take Arsenal. He was bullying me into a bet there. And I'll take it.
I just wanted to hear what he said. I just want to hear what he said.
I'll take it because I think I don't know how PSG stop Arsenal on set pieces. So let's just say Arsenal get 5 corners.
I think Arsenal could do
They
it.
could score 2 goals from 5 corners because their delivery is outstanding.
I'm not so
They've got
sure
people
on
that
that.
head the ball brilliantly, and I look at PSG and wonder about their size. If it's a game without set pieces, PSG probably win.
I think right now,
But it's not a game without set
I
pieces.
think right now as we speak, he's the best active manager in the world, Luis Enrique. And he's shown.
Is that because Pep's just out of a job,
Yeah.
or is that
He's just shown how versatile. What I'm not going to lie, what impressed me the most was going to Munich and doing what he done. He just shut up shop, and that showed me this fella can do it all. Because when you can shut up shop in a game so important,
with the same personnel?
exactly,
That was key.
That's down to the manager. I'm sorry, because he showed he can just go for it at home, and I can shut up shop away. And like I said, when it's the same personnel, that's a manager's tactics, mate. That's not like a player's playing. It's down to the manager. He's drilled into them, and they're all fighting for him. They're all playing for him. What a manager! What a team!
So what's the score going to be?
3-1.
PSG.
Yeah, I do hope. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's 1-0 or 2-0 to Arsenal. But because I've met Declan, another good lad, and I've known Mikel. Like I don't know him anywhere near like us, but being around him many years ago, he was a lovely, lovely fella. I just hoped he'd do it, and I'd be made up for Lockie. Because Lockie will be there.
Oh,
Mate, the party videos I've been sent off him. I've been sent off me mate, and the party videos he sent me, him and his son together enjoying it. So I'd love for them to get the job done. It'd be brilliant for them.
I think Arsenal in extra time.
Ooh.
I'm gonna even say 2-2, and then Arsenal with another set piece in extra time.
Now, what you really believe now? Because you've just said you don't
3-0 PSG.